Hello and welcome to episode 91 of Tom's Hirschsprung's podcast. I'm delighted to welcome back for a fourth time, Laura. Welcome back.
Fourth time. Like,
Yeah, it's a
how you're
record.
not sick of me, I'll never know. But anyway, I'll always gladly come back on.
Oh, you are always welcome anytime,
Thank you,
anytime.
Tom. I
But
burn your
yeah,
ears off, but yeah, it's all good.
but you've always got so much to say.
I
Like,
do.
you've always got so
Sometimes that's
much.
a problem for me, but
Not just coming on for no reason. There's always things going on in your life. Always
always.
busy, 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 which is the best way to be.
It definitely is for someone like me. I can't just sit around. Like my brain doesn't switch off. Sometimes I wonder, is it the coffee? Am I drinking too much coffee? But I'll never give up the coffee. So yeah, it's just swings and roundabouts, but it's all good. It's all fast paced, and I just thrive like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm the same. Like, I don't want to sit around and do nothing. And always we want to, planning to do something or doing something or,
Yeah,
whatever. I think it's the best place to be. Absolutely.
definitely. And like as you know, I suppose just very quickly on the whole sickness thing, even though our diseases are different. When I was sick for long enough for those 2 years, like I was homebound. So I just like you just remember those horrible times of being from a home to the hospital to the pharmacy. That was my life. So like I ain't going back that way ever. So
No, absolutely not. And if anyone's listened to the first three parts, which there's definitely several people have, they'll know your journey up to now. And it's a
mm,
heck of a story. If you haven't gone back and listened to those three parts, definitely do so because that journey from like the no exercise and the illness right to what we're just about to talk about is is fascinating, really inspirational. I don't mean that lightly. That's a really, really inspirational story, and I love it. But speaking of what you're doing now, what are you doing now?
obviously, yeah, from someone that never lifted a dumbbell or walked near a gym in their life, I would run the opposite way, like completely, as we know. Um, and I've been in the gym now 2.5 years consistently, never missed one training session. Just fell in love from the get-go. I don't even know how I fell in love with it because I always hated it. But I just fell in love from the get-go. So fast forward to now, well, last year maybe, I was just making a lot of progress. I was really like I've worked really hard on myself, both physically and mentally, I guess. The setbacks really set me back when I was really at my sickest, and it was either sink or swim. So I turned to fitness through AO, through Dan, my coach, and um, it just flipped everything for me. Like, so that was 2.5 years ago. Last year, I had this notion because I was so interested in health and well-being and fitness. I was always one to ask a million questions. As you know, Tom, like I just, harp on. So I was always like, the way like somebody, just say for example, a bicep curl, you just do this and everyone knows you just go and do your movement. Whereas I would look at that and I'd look really deeply into it and I'd be like, what muscle is like how the muscle is contracting and how to slow the movement. Like little things were making me so much more interest, but like in depth that I was like, this is something I really love. Like I'd watch someone working out, be it a reel online, and it's not that I'm watching just like a good fitness reel. I'm watching the body contracting, and I really like loved the whole anatomy of watching the body change and grow and build muscle and stuff. And I suppose from my own fat loss journey, what can be buried underneath a lot of fat and stuff, and it just really so last year I just said to myself, you know what? Like I've worked for myself for 14 years now. So I'm well equipped independently to know like bouts of about business in and out, what'll work. There'll be a lot of trial and error, not to be disheartened at the beginning and all this kind of stuff. So I said, right, I'm going to do a personal training qualification. I spoke to my coach about it. He was like, you have the passion, you have the flair for it. Why the hell not? Really supportive. All my friends I also spoke to, family, everyone. Everyone was just like, it's all you talk about anyway. So like just go do it. It's all you harp on about these days. So like it makes sense. So at the end of last year, I signed up well, I did a lot of homework sourcing like a really good reputable company in Ireland that does personal training courses. Because as you know, Tom, nowadays everything's online, like everything. You can bloody buy something. You can buy a course now for like 100 quid and you're like automatically qualified in anything. Like it's wild. So I wanted to make sure that I was choosing the correct one, that it was a really good, recognized, reputable company that would be recognized like through like here in Ireland it's called Reps Ireland. So they're basically a firm that's like worldwide known. Um and yeah, it's just the best qualification that I could get. So I decided to skip like the shorter levels, like gym instructor, all that kind of thing. And I just said, no, give me the hardest course, give me the toughest course, give me the more challenging course. So I just went straight in for my level 4 in fitness and nutrition and started that. Did all the modules again, found it really interesting, just learning about the anatomy, everything about the body. And I think, like, in hindsight or in general, a lot of people might just think a personal trainer is just someone that helps you in the gym or, might tell you do a few squats or do this or do that. My God, like, my whole world has opened up. Like, Tom, you've done this. So I was like, wow, like, the extremes to know just about anything. But anyway, I took it all in my stride. I enjoyed every single module I did. Had many assignments to submit. I was under pressure a lot of the time because, I'm busy anyway. But no, it was something I definitely wanted to work really hard on. So I started that, or was it early this year actually? Um, and just worked really, really hard. And I had 2 weekends then in Dublin with the company in their gym. Um, so there were 2 full weekends. There were practical days, theory days, on the spot, shouting questions at you, your days. And like the company, APEC are amazing. Like they're so professional, they're so experienced, they're amazing. Like the athletes they train are up there with like the Irish rugby team and things. So like really, really good company. And the trainers were amazing, really professional. So I knew I was getting trained well, you could say. So yeah, I did all that in Dublin. Then it came to the second weekend, which was more exams. It was my final exam, I guess, where I had to create a plan and build a plan for somebody and execute that and using all their own protocols. Remembering everything, like, and when you're in that environment and you're in the hot seat, and this is like a pass or a fail situation. And I was really nervous, but the minute I opened my mouth and I had my client, and the minute I opened my mouth and started my program, it just flowed. It was just so natural for me. I felt very comfortable. The feedback was amazing. He was just like, you're just very naturally able to like interact and keep someone relaxed and confident, but feeling confident, and you explain really well, and um instant pass. Like he was like amazing, like well done. So that was me done in August. Um the relief on that drive home from Dublin, I was absolutely knackered mentally because it's always like you just think the worst, don't you? And you're very, like, I'm very hard on myself the best of times, but I do trust what I do. So I knew I'd do all right. And if I didn't, there was going to be a reason why I didn't. But no, all went well. That drive home was exhausting. Um, so got my level 4 qualification, and in the meantime, I think I mentioned this on the last podcast. I had taken on like 3 or 4 girls at the beginning of January as a little project for myself. So basically to coach them, full on coach them, no half arse in it. Like I was wanted to be their full on coach and put everything into practice as I was going along. And those 4 girls absolutely nailed it. The feedback was incredible. They've changed their lives like so well. Um, one of the girls recently just hit her 10 kg fat loss, which is insane. I checked in every Sunday with them. We did progress pictures. I did all their gym plans, their nutrition guidance, was always at the end other or at the end of the phone. And I just felt really confident in what I was doing, you know? And I was just, everything was just kind of making sense. Like, this is what I'm meant to do. And so that was my little project up until I was qualified. And once I was qualified, I wanted to obviously take it a little bit further because I'm now legitimately able to. I have all the correct paperwork, insurance, blah, blah, blah. So my aim was to just start building a little team, start building my own coaching platform basically with my own team. And lo and behold, right now, it's the 8th of September. I have 10 clients that are absolutely every day. I'm like, wow. So in the space of me being qualified and to now, I think people were almost waiting. And that's really nice for me. I was even now, like there's 3 more potentials. And don't get me wrong, quantity is never a priority for me. I'm all quality. If you can commit and you really want to improve yourself, I'm happy with it's not a numbers game at all. Like I just want to make that clear because that's just not how I am at all. But it is a lovely boost when you have people wanting you to help them and wanting to pay for a service that I'm so passionately about. I think I've probably so I showcase that a lot, but I've probably like subconsciously just harp on about it so much that they're like, right, okay. Like she is actually passionate about it. So yeah, I have 10 full on gym acting clients at the moment who we've introduced to gym to them for the very first time. They've never been on a fitness journey. Other people are very experienced, so everyone's goals are different. It's so interesting. Um, everyone's at very different levels, and just to be able to adapt to that. I mean, like everybody lives busy lives. Some people do have chronic illnesses. Um, and honestly, my mind has just been blown by just how much it took off. And people were saying to me, like, what's your goal? And I'm like, right now, I was only literally qualified. I'm like, right now, I want to create and build something for myself and my using my passion and being able to help other people. Ultimately, I get such a kick out of on my check-ins on a Sunday, seeing people so excited. Their confidence alone is amazing. Their confidence in the gym. Like I've been on the phone to one of the clients as she walked into the gym on the first day. She was absolutely petrified. I remember I was exactly like that. I stayed on the phone with her, and after about 15 minutes, I left her alone and I was like, I'm here if you need me or whatever. Like people are this nervous about a gym and I totally get it. It's really intimidating. And people want to do it, but they're just so nervous or they don't have a plan or they don't know what to do, where to start. You know what I mean? It's really normal. And she came out of that first gym session like an energy bunny. Like absolutely full of life, and like the smile you have on your face now, Tam, is exactly, I was like this down the phone going, that's just made my whole week. Like just seeing someone be so scared and would never do it to absolutely thriving. And sure, like we're 2 months in now with her, I think. Or yeah, because she was one of the ones that came on board just at the beginning of me qualifying. So a month and a half, no, I don't know, a few weeks, whatever. But she's flying. She's calling herself a beast now, like full of energy, full of confidence. Um, but look, I do take my role really seriously, and I want my priority is my clients. And as I said, I've worked for myself a long time. That would have always been a case for me. I stand over my work, um, be that my fitness side now or my other business, and it's just all going strength from strength at the moment, and I'm in this happy bubble. And I feel really good about everything and how it's going forward. So, how did I forget this? But last 2 weekends ago, I hired out a gym, just local to me, and my plan was to bring everybody together. Just, it was almost like a little celebration of me qualifying, having all the people around me that have been so supportive, friends, clients, family, everything. And I led kind of a little bit of a circuit in the gym. I had them all wearing the same t-shirts. I had lots, like I'm such a novelty person anyway. So we had like all our water bottles. Like the girls brought gifts, which I did not expect. Like a
Oh,
big massive cake, like a little champagne flute with my coaching on it, like cards, like I have good luck cards everywhere, like literally all over my windowsill. I just have a really great support network around me, and we had the most amazing day. Had so much fun in the gym. I took them through like key things on squats, RDLs, hip thrust, bench press, all that kind of thing. Just little things that I guess being an online coach you don't get to do very often in person. So just like little key things for safety and just progression and regression and all that kind of stuff. And we all got really cool pictures, got pictures of them working out. And honestly, we left there and I'm just like, I'm even now, I'm still like, I'm talking to you and talking about this that's happening. And I'm just so grateful. I can't believe, like, if you had said this to me, one of the clients said this to me actually at that event. If you had said this to me 3 years ago that I'd be doing this now, I would have laughed. There's not in a million years I would have thought mentally anyway, or physically, that I'd be in this position. So I'm just really happy. And the online support from all my online friends, including you, Tom, and so many others, it just spurs me on, it motivates me and it's nice, and having that mutual support system around you is just paramount when you are starting something as well. It can be very nerve-wracking, but I think when you have a little bit of confidence in yourself and belief in what you're doing, a lot of things come very natural. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not one of these coaches that will be in your DMs like, what's your goal? Have you had a coach before? Like asking you all these silly questions that nobody wants. Like I've had them myself, nobody wants them at all. I'm not like that at all. I'm very much if we can build a rapport and we're like we connect and I can help you, then amazing. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. I'm very much up and running. Still building, still always thinking and planning in the background. Um, but yeah, I've done a complete 180 and I couldn't be happier. And I'm really proud of myself. I don't say that very much at all. That almost like cringes me out saying that about myself, but I am really proud of myself. Like my mom came to that gym event. My mom was never in a gym in her life. She was like, "What do I wear to this?" I'm like, "You're fine." So my brother was there and he had like put her on all the like like she was on the ski erg, she was on the rower, she was like doing all bits. My brother was just taking her through some things. She absolutely loved it. And when we came home, she rang me and she was like, just watching you up there, doing what you love, looking back to me also watching you like a potato on the couch when you were so sick is just amazing, you know? And I got so emotionally like I just got really emotional because, and I still do when I think about it because, oh, sorry, God,
No,
Laura,
I,
emotional on a Monday morning.
it's too early.
But no, like, without sounding really cheesy and really extra, like, I just adore what I'm doing. Oh, and just,
It obviously means. I mean, you can tell. Like I've spoken to you loads about this, but you tell it means a lot to you, and it's not just people talk about PTs and they have like an idea in their head of what a PT is, and it's going to be somebody who's going to shout at you and is going to do this and is going to
yeah,
do that, and it couldn't be further from the truth. And talking to you and listening to you talk about it, it's obvious you're in the right place,
yeah,
because you really care about it, and that's where, and that can be like any job,
yeah.
it's whatever you do,
Hmm.
you know, like without anybody having to tell you, you're in the right role,
Yeah, yeah, I
definitely in
am.
the right role. But there's some parts you said that are really, really interesting. Um, Things like the course itself.
Hmm.
Because I didn't realize there were different companies. Because the courses like I've done, whether it be cricket or football or whatever, they're just done by the national governing bodies.
Oh,
So I didn't realize that there were, and I'm not sure, I don't know if anybody else knew that there are different companies. And the fact you did lots of research, sort of,
yeah, I had to do lots of
for
homework. There's so many institutes in Ireland that offer these courses, and some I think are just like they fluff it up more. And I wanted like the raw deal. I wanted like the hard one. I wanted and like to be fair, these guys that run the courses, they don't actually take on just anyone either, which I did like. I had a FaceTime with the head coach and I explained to him where I was at, um, how much I love it, and what I wanted to pursue from doing it, and just my own journey and stuff like that. So he actually almost wanted to know what I'm about before you're accepted onto the course. So like it's pretty formal. But I like that, I like that. I like that it wasn't just a random thing because I was talking to one of the guys there, messaged me about the course and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm doing like this one online, but like it's absolutely a piss take, basically." He was like, "It's a joke." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I know what he means because I've seen so many of them online. You can literally click a button these days and probably become qualified, like, and and that's another thing as well. Like, I'm newly qualified. Yes, I've been in the gym consistently 2 years, but this piece of paper doesn't make me amazing. I never stop. I'll never stop learning. Um, and I'm very humble. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm just not one of those people or personal trainers that are like that. Um, but yeah, so yeah, in Ireland it's very there's so many institutes, like it's crazy actually. But yeah, I'm glad I went with them, to be fair.
definitely. Well, it's like coaching's driving a car, like driving a car, isn't it? You can pass the test, and you've passed the test, you can drive, but then you really learn how to drive after you've been driving for X amount of months.
Exactly.
You don't just because you pass the course and whatever, it doesn't mean that you stop learning or you go, right, I've passed now, don't need to do any more research, don't need. And I
Exactly.
imagine you're still one of those people that still researches, even though you don't have to prep for a course, you're still doing research, you're still finding out different ways, techniques, different
Always,
bits and pieces as well. I imagine you're still
always,
like that.
always. On Sundays, I do all my clients' plans, do all their check-ins, everything. And every Sunday, I'm still, because I'll be on the laptop for hours, because everybody's different, and I love that. But I'm still researching. Always, like, oh, not just on a Sunday, actually every day. There's not a day goes by, I guess, where I'm not going, oh, I need to look into that, or I need to find that out about nutrition, or, there's always something. And like that's exactly that, like about the whole car thing, you can pass your driving test and never drive again, but you have it passed. Or you can pass your driving test and progress and get better and get more confident, and exactly the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah.
And on that sort of preparing as well, you talked about when you took your exam, and I've not PT exams, but I've been there for several coaching courses, coaching exams, and
Mm.
you can tell the people in the room. And I had this with my level three cricket, and you can tell the people in the room that have prepared, and you can tell the people in the room that are just winging it. They turn up,
100%.
they turn up, and they've got a little scrap of paper which may have some sort of plan on it. Um, I mean, you don't need reams and reams of the stuff, but you need an idea of what's going on. And
100%.
like, if I mean, it's that the phrase, isn't it? You know, failure to prepare, prepare to fail. And
Absolutely.
if you don't prepare, if you don't do the homework, because presumably again you had kind of, well, you said you had assignments and you had effectively like coursework to do.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't do that, obviously you don't do that, you don't pass. But if you don't do that, you don't learn either.
Yeah.
Or if you do it
Exactly.
all at the last minute, yeah, you might pass, but you don't actually learn anything. So what's the point?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the other thing there actually with the practical exam on the day. It was like he was like really impressed with my plan, and like why I chose what I chose and that kind of thing. And he had to tell me all that at the end. Yeah, you've passed, but you're not actually passed. And I didn't realize this. But you don't actually pass until because we had to do like a 12-week case study at the end. Like the amount of detail in this case study just wasn't even normal. And will never be used again. But as you said, you actually learn a lot by doing these things, and going really into the nitty gritty. But like until that case study was overviewed by the head coach, you actually haven't passed, regardless of the practical. So I was like, oh, for God's sake! But like,
Yeah.
I got my email. Like feedback was incredible. So like, total hard work paid off, basically. Like you definitely like if anybody winged it, it's you can't wing it. Like not the you might be able to talk the talk in the practical, but like even still, I think as you said, they know, don't they? Like, I mean,
They do. Yeah, I mean, like there are some courses, like you said, you went for like the highest, or the
mm,
highest you could do.
the
And
hardest
there
throw
are
me in
some
the deep
courses,
end.
I've been on where you can just effectively turn up, get it done, and that's it. And they're
It's
not really
not.
worth the paper they're written on.
It's not,
But
and that doesn't actually excite me
no,
because, you know,
yeah,
it's way too mediocre for me now, Tom.
no, exactly. But if you're gonna do it properly. You
Do
know,
it properly, like grill me. I was grilled and I wasn't mentally trained from it, but that's what I signed up for. So,
yeah. And I love as well the quality over quantity.
mm,
Is again, having been in that situation myself when I've
mm,
had one-to-ones,
mm,
I've had, reams and reams of people,
mm,
want to have one-to-ones. And sometimes you just have to say, this is absolutely pointless. It's pointless you doing one-to-ones because, you're not going to get anything out of it, or you will get something better out of it if you do whatever, group
yeah,
coaching, whatever.
yeah,
So I love that idea that it is very much, you know, you're going to tailor a plan to somebody. It's going to be quality rather than just. So I've seen it before with coaches in my profession where, they'll just go right and book you in here, book you in here, book you in here without any kind of thought of, what does this person need? Can I actually help them? What's
Exactly.
my speciality? Because that's the other thing you mentioned. It's not just about you doing the course and
Mm,
you knowing X, Y, and Z, which
mm,
muscle is attached to what
mm,
bone, which blah, blah,
mm.
blah. It's about you as a person as well. And it's
100%.
about, what do I bring? What can I help? Are we going to be a good fit, etc., etc.
That's the key thing there. Are we going to be a good fit? Because not every coach will be suited to every client, and that's totally okay, you know. That's like anything else, you know. But absolutely, like you do have to fit each other, you know. So yeah, for me, quality 1,000,000%. I don't want masses amounts of clients that can't be arsed, that are just flippant, you know, like I put a lot of time and effort into those. Like one of my key questions is how committed are you? Are you really committed? Like, are you in a good space to really because, and I tell them all, you know, don't come and ask me for a 6 week fat blast because you're going to absolutely hate the 6 weeks. You're going to be miserable. The minute the 6 weeks is over, you're going to go back to old habits. You're going to, you know, it's a vicious. I've done it myself. I have done it myself. I've done it so many times myself, and it got me absolutely nowhere, only back to square one. I'm more about implementing daily lifestyle habit changes, not dramatically, not all to be changed in week one, very slowly improving your daily choices, be it nutrition, getting out for a little walk, um, improving your sleep, like so many little lifestyle changes. The impact of that naturally gives you that longevity of a healthier lifestyle, not a 6 week fat blast, you know. You're not going to build your glutes either in 6 weeks. You know, like these 6 weeks
No,
glute, like,
it is. I think that's another thing, isn't it? Fitness is, I mean, it's a multi-trillion-pound industry, and there's a lot of crap advice out there. There's
yeah,
a lot of people that I can do this for you in a month. No, you can't.
you can't. Yeah,
It's
exactly. You
bollocks.
can.
You can't do that. So
Yeah.
it is about finding somebody who actually knows what they're talking about
Yeah, and
and is
it is
qualified.
actually becoming a relationship with that person because you get to know the ups and downs in their lives. Like you're tailor making their plan, you know, like they've put a lot of trust in you to help them. People come and get a coach for help. So like if you're just flipping them off, well, you see it like, you know, and I'm not shaming any big influencers that have massive followings or anything like that. But you can see that, you know, maybe the younger generation, I'm not sure. I'm not pointing fingers, but like it's really easy to follow these big, huge fitness influencers that look absolutely incredible without knowing they could possibly be taking enhancements for their physique. What they're giving you may not necessarily be what they actually do. It could be a copy and paste. Like there's so much actual negative out there. I would rather deal with a real person who will take the time and listen to me and not just make me tick boxes and here you go, there's your plan, off you go. All of my clients' plans are completely different. Their goals are completely different. And I make sure they feel and they receive that personalized coaching, you know. Um, that's really important for me.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that I never want to be one of those coaches ever.
No, it's too easy, isn't it? It's too easy just to take a plan off the
So easy.
shelf
So
and just go,
easy.
oh yeah, we'll do that. And instead of, as you said, spending hours on your laptop because you
Hmm.
want to get it
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
You're not half-arsing this. You want to get it right. You want to make sure that it is properly tailored for them. Because I
Yeah.
mean, you could spend 10 minutes on your laptop, do 10 plans, go, yeah, do this, do a few more press ups, do a few more sit ups.
100%.
Lovely, lovely. I'll get on with the rest of my Sunday. You know,
100% that could be done. Like,
yeah,
no bother.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, yeah,
but you don't want to because you do it properly,
do it
and
properly.
and
Yeah, I
it's
do.
the point you made was really interesting because you've been through the journey, which again, when you're talking about person to person coaching rather than sort of online or whatever, um, you've been through that journey and you can show people that you've been
Hmm.
through that journey as
Hmm.
well, which
Hmm.
I think, and again, they don't have to have IBD, they don't have to have a
Yeah,
chronic illness.
no, no,
They
not at
just
all.
have to, well, I guess they can just see that you have been from like literally the beginning
Hmm.
to where you are now. And I
Hmm.
think when you're talking about connecting with people, I
Yeah,
think that's something that's really, really strong. Do you think that as well?
100%. Like for me, I'm a very like I love to communicate, and I think building a rapport with somebody, like, and as you said earlier there, Tom, actually, people might think of a personal trainer as, do 10 push-ups, blah, 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 and be all like this, that. It's not like at all, I think you build your relationships through actually being more empathetic to people's lifestyles, As I said earlier, people come to you for help. So there's obviously maybe some obstacles that they need help with. The last thing they want is you harping down their throat, telling them, you know what I mean? Like making them feel bloody worse.
Yeah.
There's ways and means around it, and the way I've seen the trend with my own clients is incredible. Is incredible. And the feed like I always ask them for feedback because I take it really seriously. And just the words they say are just so lovely, like so lovely. And I know it's coming from a place of what they mean, they're always
Mm.
excited on a Sunday, to get there, see what's on their plans for the week. And that's nice. I love that energy. I'm all about energy, and keeping them motivated, and it keeps me in check too,
That's the thing. You're
absolutely.
improving as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Obviously you've got your own fitness to do as well, but
Yeah.
you're still in the very sort of embryonic stages of coaching. So
Yeah.
it's very, you're still learning, you're still
Mhm.
improving, you're still wanting to, and I love the fact you want feedback as well, because that can
Mhm.
be, I know a lot of coaches who don't want a lot of feedback and they just do the session and they just kind of they go, oh, that'll do,
And
because I
here's
think
the
they're
thing.
worried.
Why don't they want feedback? You know what I
They're
mean?
worried.
Because they know and they have a conscience that they're just whacking out plans
Yeah.
and it won't probably look great, So they don't want that feedback. Whereas, yeah, I like how I'm doing things and it's just me, it's just naturally how I am. Um, Again, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not all about the quantity ever. That's what anything in my life actually. Not just particularly this. It's just the type of person I am,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
that will shine through in your coaching as well. Like
Yeah.
the best
Yeah, I hope
coaches
so.
are the people who are authentic to
Yeah.
themselves. So you
Yeah.
aren't then changing into being something. If you're not a very shouty person and then you become a shouty person when you coach,
Yeah.
it's not going to translate.
No.
It's
No,
not going to
not at
translate.
all. Not at
No,
all. No.
no, no. But it sounds fantastic what you're doing. It sounds
Amazing.
brilliant. It looks. I've seen bits and pieces on Instagram as well, and you have
Mm.
little things from clients. They'll put up stories that you'll share and all of this stuff,
Yeah,
and
I
they seem
love
to be getting on
that.
well.
I love that, like one of my clients, like starts her day, like she lives such a busy lifestyle. Every morning though, she's out on that walk, getting her little kickstart with her steps, with her jog. She's like, my dog is like loving her dog won't even leave her lay in bed anymore. She's like, I have no choice. The dog is getting me up now.
It's
I'm like,
great.
that's amazing.
Oh,
And I love to see it. I love to see them excited to share those things for themselves.
yeah,
It's lovely.
absolutely. It's like you said, it's daily habitual changes, isn't it? It's
That's
not
it.
just I'm going because I have to, or you know,
Exactly. And like, just to, very quickly speak on the nutrition side as well, like I'm a very plain eater myself, so I had to change a lot of my own nutrition, but there is ways and means around everything. So, one of my clients really, really struggled with her nutrition. And she was like, I don't know if you're going to be able to like put up with me because I'm hard work with the whole food thing. And I'm like, honestly, send me over what you eat and what you absolutely won't eat. And I'll create some guidance. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not telling you eat this. I'll create some guidance. Um, and now she's like, she's not 100% there, but she's 80, like she's bloody 70% there versus being absolutely awful. Her sleep is improved, her energy's improved. She's she's buzzing. And again, it's just like nobody expects you to eat to go from like eating watch ever you like to eating like bloody celery sticks. I'm definitely not that coach.
No, no,
There's ways and means around it, and I know myself from just being a really fussy plain eater and having a gut issue, that like protein and macros can be absolutely hit. It's just working with what you have and thinking about how you can make it work. So nothing is ever not achievable. Or the word I like to use is everything is figure outable.
figure
Everything.
outable. I love
Figure out.
it.
Is it a word in the dictionary? I don't
Is
even
now.
know, but I love to use
Is
it.
now.
I love to
Oh,
use it.
absolutely. Well, it has been so great to catch up with you again, and I'm sure we'll catch up again, in a
There's
few
no
months'
doubt
time.
about it.
Absolutely. See how you're
Let's
getting on.
see where my crazy brain takes me next.
Absolutely. I had, and it's so cool to see this as well, having sort of followed this for the last year and
I
whatever you first came
know.
on, and it's just
Yeah.
been so cool to see that transformation from, starting this coaching journey to
Mm,
where you are now and
I
where
know.
you'll end up being on, and
And
it's
it's still early days, and I'm just soaking it all in, and I'm just absolutely loving every single minute of it. Like it's exactly what I'd envisioned it to feel like. So I'm glad it's kind of worked out that way.
absolutely, absolutely. I really hope it continues, and can't wait to see
Thank you. I
what's
always
happening
appreciate your support, Tom. Always, always, always,
anytime.
always.
Well, and vice versa as well. You
Yeah.
support this
And that's
podcast really
exactly what
well.
the online support is about, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, where can people keep up to date with you?
So you can always message me. I'm always on my IBD page is like there's so much on my IBD page actually taking you way back probably but you'd probably have to scroll miles. But and I'll be showcasing more on the whole fitness side and my own team and things like that as well. But oh my God, trying to think off the top of my head, what's my IBD page? Is
IBD Laura Fit.
is it IBD Laura Fit? In which order? I actually don't know. How terrible is that?
IBD.Laura.fit. I
There
got
we
it
go.
right.
There we go. ibd.laura.fit.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I mean my DMs are always open. I'm always chatting to so many lovely people. So yeah,
Sweet. Well, excellent. Well, I wish you the very, very best
thanks
with
so much, Tom.
everything. And
Thanks so
yeah,
much.
I'm sure we'll catch up soon.
We definitely will.